Hello and welcome to Fun with Failure, Ret'Hell Edition. I've got 10 stories here from I Don't Work Here Lady that I hope you enjoy, so without further ado, let's get started. I was shopping at Macy's to pick up some work pants, and I stopped in the Ralph Lauren section to browse for a minute. As I'm looking for some shirts, I overhear two ladies say,
"He looks about his size."
I knew they were going to ask me to try on a jacket, so I prepared myself. I'm an average build, 6 foot, so I guess that makes me a model? She comes up and she says,
"Hello, sir. I'm shopping for my grandson. He's a similar size as you. Can you try these 2 sizes on so I can see which one to buy? I'm sorry to bother you. I would really appreciate it."
Sure. I try on both sizes, and she asked if the jacket was nice for a young man. I told her yes, and she thanked me and went on her way. I was not bothered by this. I've been asked many times while shopping for advice, especially for women trying to buy things for a man. Then this really witchy old lady comes up to me, and she assumes that I would give her the same service. Then she says,
"I'm shopping for someone. Seeing that you're the model for everyone, will you put this on so I can see what it looks like?"
"Sure, I'll throw it on for you." I proceed to put it on so she can see what it looks like, and then I take it off. I was on my way out, because I wasn't planning on spending any more time there. I turned to leave, and this witchy old woman was not happy I wasn't going to be there to model her clothes for her. She runs after me and she says,
"There's a few more items I need to see before you go."
"I'm sorry, but I'm on my way out to begin with." I work in retail, so being polite is programmed in my brain. The look of shock was on her face.
"What do you mean? How am I supposed to know if these clothes are gonna fit if I'm buying them for another person?"
"Do you know what size he is?"
"Yeah, about your size."
"Well, I wear a medium. Good luck."
"That's kind of rude, don't you think? You look like a young man, and obviously you don't have good manners."
"Well, I don't work here. I'm sure there's someone here who can help you." I proceed to walk off, and I hear her say behind me,
"Unbelievable."
This actually made me chuckle. I deal with people like this all the time. I've never understood people who demand something they're not entitled to, and who have the audacity to be rude about it. Like, what the heck? My wife works for my state's historical bureau, and they had a booth last year at the state fair. They were selling stuff and showcasing projects they were doing. Being the lovable scamp that I am, I went to visit her and hang out at the booth for a bit. I was given one of those little wooden nickels to play with, so I decided to sit on the floor and play with it. Then a man walked up wanting to know about a display. My wife, who was standing next to him, tells him all about it. However, every question he asked was directed towards me, the doofus on the floor playing with a wooden coin. I was aghast at how he could so blatantly ignore her. I looked straight at him and I asked, "Do I look like I work here? Why don't you talk to her? She's the one that works here and she obviously knows her stuff." He offers to donate to the bureau, and if they're allowed to accept donations. But my wife said that he could buy something if he wanted to, but he didn't, and he just walked away. Purchasing something would have helped too. He could have donated and gotten something for it. Anyways, that was the first time I saw real sexism, and it blew my mind. About a year ago, while I was working at a lake, I received a phone call from a lady who immediately began screaming at me. And this is how it went.
"Well, you should be ashamed of yourself. I want a refund."
"I'm sorry, ma'am. I believe you've got the wrong number."
"No, I don't have the wrong number. My family and I purchased tickets for the Native American Festival last week, and my husband needs to go for dialysis, so now we can't go. I want a refund."
"I'm very sorry to hear that, ma'am, but unfortunately, you have the wrong number. This is the lake. We have no connection with the Native American Festival."
"What, do you think you're gonna get rich off of $25? You think you're some kind of big shot who thinks he can get rich off of stealing money from a sick man? You should be ashamed of yourself. You're gonna rot in hell. You know that?"
At this point, I realize this woman will not hang up until she gets the answer that she wants. And as I'm not allowed to hang up on a customer, I hand the phone to my boss. And this is what I overheard.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I've been informed that you're looking for a refund for the Native American Festival. Unfortunately, we do not have any affiliation with this festival, and we can't help you. Perhaps you should try looking up a direct number to the group. Otherwise, we can't help you.
After the crazy lady berates him and chews him out, this being the most professional man in the entire staff, he swiftly says,
Yeah, go screw yourself too.
And he hangs up the phone. I am not sure why she continued to argue with us for so long after we assured her that it was the wrong number. This happened about 10 minutes ago. I was heading to a nearby gas station on my way home so I can fill up my tank and grab a drink. As I'm waiting for oncoming traffic to pass, I pull into the station and a BMW with New Jersey plates whips around me and nearly causes an accident. Had the oncoming car not been paying attention, they would have T-boned the BMW. The driver of that car and I both shared a look which said, "What the heck, you piece of crap?" After the traffic cleared and I pulled into the station, I pulled up behind the BMW and I head into the store to pay for my gas and soda. I head out and I start filling my car when, you guessed it, the driver of the BMW rudely calls out to me. Note, I'm wearing business casual office attire with a security badge clipped to my pants. With her head out of the window, she says,
Hello?
Hello?
I've been waiting here for almost 10 minutes.
Okay. Instantly, I become aware of what's about to happen.
Well, let's go. I've just come from Miami, and I don't have time to waste in this crap hole. It smells like gas, and I can't handle it.
Now, here in Florida, you pump your own gas. In New Jersey, an attendant pumps it for you. She must either be dumb, lazy, or never been anywhere else but New Jersey before. She might have not noticed that my car was the one she cut off, and also that I went inside to pay. But apparently when she saw me pumping gas, she assumed that I was an attendant. So I decided to play along.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me get you squared away. What do you need? What do you think? Fill it up with regular. I don't have money to waste on that expensive crap.
She thrust her credit card at me.
You got it.
I fiddled with the machine as long as I could.
Ma'am, I need your zip code. Why? For the machine. I need it to complete your transaction.
She gave me a 4-digit number.
No, ma'am. Not your PIN. Your zip code. From New Jersey. I'm from New York.
Oh, I just assumed you were from New Jersey because of your plates.
New Jersey's a crap hole.
Inside, I was thinking, well, you're a crap hole.
Okay, so zip code.
And she gives me her zip code. I punch it into the machine and start to pump her gas. I gave her credit card back, and she didn't say thank you. By now, my gas is done pumping. I hang up my nozzle, close my gas cap, and get into my car and drive off. I hope that witch enjoys her full tank of premium gas and her deluxe car wash she paid for. So with Easter coming, I had planned for a bunch of family members to come over to my place. So as a good host does, I went to the beer store so I can have us all something nice to drink. So I walk in, not dressed like an employee of the beer store, grab a cart and entered the chilled room. I grab a few things and put them in my cart. Then a lady taps me on my shoulder.
Excuse me, do you know where the Stellas are?
I was gonna go get some myself so I know where they were.
Actually, just follow me.
That was actually a grave mistake of mine. So I walk with her to the right aisle, and in my head I think it's over. I grab my case and I put it in my cart. The Coronas are near the exit and the cash registers, so I walk toward them. I sort of feel like she is still following me, but I think nothing of it. I reach for the Coronas, and I was about to put 2 cases in my cart, when all of a sudden she says,
Oh, I don't want Corona, but thank you very much.
What? Are you talking to me?
Excuse me? That's not how you speak to a customer.
Me, realizing what just happened, I said, Miss, I don't work here.
Then why did you take me to the Stellas when I asked?
I was just trying to help because you needed it.
Well, it's your fault for making me think you work here.
I have nothing to say anymore, so I start putting Coronas in my cart. When she interrupts me again.
Can I get my Stellas out of your cart before you load your beer, actually?
Now I'm getting really annoyed, so I said, No, actually I got these for me. Go get a case yourself. The woman was acting like I stole her child or something.
Well, you don't have to act so rude to me. We are in a public space, and your attitude is so rude.
Me, knowing that trying to add anything to this conversation won't get me anywhere, I said,
I'm sorry. I hope you have a nice Easter then.
and I walk away and purchase my beer. This happened not long after Christmas. One day after my work, I needed to get some supplies, so I headed straight out to Costco. I run inside, grab a trolley, and I spend about 30 minutes minding my own business going through the aisles. I park the trolley a couple of feet away from myself, and I get to looking at an item when I get a tap on my shoulder. I turn to see an older woman, maybe about 60-ish, and she says,
Where are these items? I can't remember.
I didn't wear a uniform to work. Normally I'm just wearing nice jeans, a nice-ish t-shirt, and a cardigan. I wasn't wearing my lanyard or anything, but I suppose I could have been mistaken for an employee. Luckily for her, I was just on an aisle where those items were.
Oh, I don't work here, but they're over there with the big air beds hanging from the ceiling.
She toddled off, and I made my way over to the clothes piles stacked on the table. This time I was standing right next to my trolley. When I heard this gleeful,
Excuse me.
I turned around to see this old busybody. She was waving a pair of glasses, and she thrust her hand out to me, and I automatically put my hand out, and I take what she has given me.
Somebody left these on a pile of clothes.
Wait, oh no, I don't work.
But she's already turned around and waddled off. Now I'm left standing there with someone else taking what she gave me. I see someone who actually works there. I even asked, and they took the specs off of my hands and took them to customer service. I grab my trolley and I start pushing it towards the tills. Then the old busybody comes up wildly, and she's dragging some old guy by the arm. She does this way over-exaggerated little jig, flails her arm in my direction, and with her talon-like nails she's jabbing in the air. She came rushing up to me, and the poor guy is practically getting his arm pulled off.
Oh, I found her! I found her! I told you we would. I found your glasses before anyone could steal them, and I gave them to the worker girl. I gave you the glasses. This is the man they belong to. Give me them.
Oh, I don't work here. I gave them to someone who does, and they've taken them to customer service.
The old guy realizes that I'm just a regular customer, and he thanks me, and he attempts to wander off. The old busybody is listening to this exchange with her mouth hanging open, and she's looking back and forth between me and the older guy. When the older guy tries to walk off, her boa constrictor grip on his arm tightens, and she is pulled a couple of feet away from me, but he manages to shake her off. She turns to him and makes an attempt to grab him again, and she whispers at him.
She's lying. I bet she's stolen your glasses for herself.
Hearing that, I say,
I'm sorry, what?
The old guy hears my retort, and he gets out of there, leaving the old busybody standing there staring after him. The old busybody just turns slowly and starts fiddling with some items on the shelf next to her. She peeks over her shoulder and notices that I'm still standing there staring at her.
What, dear? What do you want?
Do you honestly think that I stole his glasses?
What? I did not. I would never. Well, my goodness. Ha! I said I gave them to you because you work here.
But I don't work here. I said that to you plenty of times.
Yes, you do.
I'm flabbergasted, and I gesture to my own trolley, and she looks into it and narrows her eyes.
Yeah? Stocking shelves, are you?
Seriously? No. This is my shopping.
The old biddy turns fully and rests both hands on the trolley, looking at the contents. She reaches her claws in to pluck out one of the items.
What are you doing now?
I needed one of these.
What the heck, lady? This is my stuff.
Well, I never.
She drops it, turns and trots off with her nose in the air. I really didn't have a decent ending to this tale. I went to the tills and paid for my stuff, and I didn't see her again. I did see the older guy with his glasses again, though. I live in a small college town, very blue collar, which sits right against a military base. It's pretty safe to say that there's a lot of drinking going on, so a lot of people use Uber or take cabs. Well, late last night, the urge hits me for a Sheetz chicken wrap mini and a couple of hot dogs. I grab my number one girl, my 80-pound plus German Shepherd guard dog, and put her snug in the back seat. Windows down, and we drive over to the gas station. Now, the puppy and I have had some trouble before it cheats. Another incident involving some well-meaning college kids. They were convinced that I left my girl unattended on a hot sunny day. I was just on the other side of the car, but this doesn't stop me from bringing her. She loves the car, and she loves Papa, and I love my little co-pilot. We usually have a nice little late night drive 3 to 4 times a week. I pull into my spot and tell her that I'll be right back, and I run inside. The line was a little long, but I did pre-order, and it only takes like a minute to grab it. Then I'm back outside. Maybe about 5 minutes, and there's a group of 4 very drunk college-age kids. One of them, who I would later learn was an airman, comes up to me, telling me to unlock the car. I was like, okay, great, so they're worried about the dog. Here's how the conversation went.
Hey, we're going to the university, the housing.
No, dog, sorry, but you have a good night.
Dude, I already paid. You accepted. Open the door.
Do you really think I'm a cab? I'm sure you can catch a cab literally anywhere. Go to the sidewalk. Good luck.
Dude, open the door and take me home.
Open the door to my friend or I'll kill you. He's an Air Force and he kills people all the time.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Bye. I should mention at this point that my dog was full-on kill mode. I'm being yelled at by 2 drunk children, and she's trapped in the car.
Dude, open the door or I'll kill your dog.
Now at this moment, I was totally wanting to just let her out. Thankfully, I'm at a sheet surrounded by cops, trying to get late night food. The officer, overhearing the threats from the 2 men intoxicated in public, shoved both of them into the back of his cruiser. I finally had a I don't work here lady moment, and it happened this morning. I woke up and I realized I didn't get dog food, so I had to run to the local grocery store that had a Starbucks in it. My hubby asked me to stop and get him some coffee while I was there. I literally just got out of bed, and I threw on a black t-shirt, black pants, black slip-on shoes, and I throw my hair up into a sloppy bun. I run out of the house with a little mascara smudge around my eyes. I buy the dog food. Then I'm standing in line at Starbucks to get the coffee. There was a few people collected behind me as well. After standing there in line for a few minutes, I place my order and stand to the side. I'm standing there holding a can of dog food, looking like I just woke up, and some lady starts asking me all these questions about the different kinds of coffee drinks. At first, I thought she was just passing the time. After I kept saying,
Oh no, I have no idea.
she starts getting loud, yelling,
How does it that you work here and you don't know the drinks? Don't they train you?
I start laughing hard, and I say,
Lady, I don't work here. Please ask one of the ladies behind the counter here.
I'm pointing at the ladies, and I look at the Starbucks employees. Then I realized it. All the employees had messy buns, black clothes, and smudgy eyes. I must have resting retail face or something, because people come up to me in stores all the time for help. But this one was really bad. My sister had a conference, and she had to go right before the holidays, so we agreed to meet at the mall and go shoe and business clothes shopping. Now for some context. We look pretty similar that day. We both have lightish blonde hair, and we both are wearing greenish blue sweaters and black leggings. The retail store, or at least the shoe department, they didn't have a uniform. We planned to spend quite a bit of time there, and it was the holiday seasons, so the lines were ridiculous. I ended up leaving her waiting in the front after about 30 minutes to go look at the clearance rack. Suddenly a guy grabs my shoulder and full on spins me around. I about threw a shoe at him.
We've been waiting for half an hour. This is ridiculous.
Excuse me?
He shoved a shoebox at me, which for some reason I took. Curse my customer service training.
These are not the correct shoes. Do your job.
What? I don't work here, sir.
You've got to be kidding me.
He storms off. I think he said something else, but I didn't catch it. I was left there holding a box of shoes. So I took them to the cashier station, and I waited in line to return them, also saving a checkout spot. Apparently, while I was in line, this guy's wife went and found my sister. She wanted her shoes back. I wasn't there, but this is roughly what happened.
Excuse me. I actually do want the shoes that my husband gave you.
What shoes?
The one my husband gave back to you. They aren't the wrong size.
I don't know what you're talking about. These are my shoes.
The ones you got from the back. My husband thought they were the wrong size.
I need them back. And quicker this time. I'm in a hurry.
I don't work here, and it's the holidays. What do you expect?
I was just talking to you. Don't give me lip, young lady.
My sister hates being talked down to, so she said something like,
F off.
probably. At this point, my sister said that she just left. Though honestly, it was more likely that she had a few more choice words for her. She found me in line and was ready to go without buying anything, but I was only a few people away from the front, so we waited. While we were standing there, a young woman with bleached blonde hair and a blue sweater comes out from the back. She had a stack of boxes and was quickly confronted by the couple. The guy starts shouting,
This is horrible customer service, and I demand to speak to a manager.
The poor girl looked so confused. The cashier, on the other hand, he tried to defuse the situation, but of course, didn't have the shoes. I wish I could have said that I went up there to put them in their place, but I actually just stood there trying to not giggle, while my sister took the box to the front. She informed the cashier that the couple had been rude and had been harassing us, and that we had the box they were looking for. The myriad of facial expressions were hilarious. The couple looked mortified, and the attendant, she looked like a tomato. The cashier looked at us and he went, Sorry about your troubles. Here, let me help you out real quick, and allow me to give you a discount for your troubles. Once we checked out, the wife tried to cut in line, and she said,
I'm sorry. Simple misunderstanding, I guess. I like to check out now.
She put her stuff on the counter ahead of 20 plus people, and she said,
I deserve the same discount because the service is terrible.
The cashier, who I assume was the manager or something, scooped all the merchandise up that she had and put them in a bag. Then he set it on the ground. Then he looked at the couple and told them, This store no longer wants your patronage. Please leave.
I'd like to speak to the manager.
Tell you what, you can speak to security instead. We stepped out of line and we left shortly thereafter. So I'm not entirely sure how it ended up, but I'm fairly certain they were escorted out. Either way, the exchange was beautiful. This is short and sweet. Yesterday, I learned that wearing a dress shirt, a tie, slacks, and decent shoes to a mall automatically grants you the position of manager in any store you enter, with all the I don't work here ladies that comes with the territory. No, I don't work at the shoe store. I guess they thought I was quality checking the shoes. No, I don't work at the phone kiosk. I was waiting to talk to a representative. No, I don't work at the pretzel place run by Auntie Anne. I mean, really now? No, I don't work at the mall either, so I don't know where that store is. I mean, seriously, how dare I dress nicely to the mall? I guess I was asking for it. If you enjoyed these stories, please leave a like and subscribe for more. All stories from Reddit and other external sites are linked in the description below. If you have any stories you'd like to share, you can send it to my email at funwithfailure@gmail.com. And for just $1 a month at Patreon, you can get advanced audio broadcast. The link is in the description.